Welcome to Play with Ray, and to skip a by, here is why. Alright, let's dive into the game Connection: The Nightmare Within. So, this game kicks off with a bang, no doubt about it. The opening scene grabs you with serious horror vibes. It's like stepping into your own horror flick, with the audio and visuals working together to set this creepy cinematic tone.
Behold, Kane Freeman. Because his brain is still intact, we can use this machine to transport you into his mind space.
You want to hook me up to some dead psychopath using this crazy machine?
It's a solid start and has that storyline intrigue that pulls you right in, giving just enough to make you want to stick around. Most of the cutscenes look pretty polished, adding to the immersion, though some parts of the game graphics itself feel a little unfinished and break that vibe. But overall, the game nails that spooky atmosphere, which is a win. Now let's talk about the map. They've gone a bit interactive here, which I thought was a pretty cool touch. You don't get a bright marker telling you where to go, so you got to figure things out for yourself, which adds a little of that detective vibe, like piecing together where you need to go and what you've missed. The map? Well, it is a bit of a puzzle in itself, marking places you've hit and others you haven't, pushing you to explore every corner. It is a small feature of the game, but it makes the experience a little deeper and kept me intrigued. Then there are the puzzles, which are mostly item-based, so it's less about solving complex riddles and more about finding stuff to unlock doors or use on objects. Well, at least it keeps things moving. You're not stuck banging your head against impossible puzzles, which for me personally work very well. If you're into games that keep you moving instead of hitting you with mind benders, this might work for you too. It's simple, accessible, and doesn't bog down the flow, which makes for a chill playthrough. Now, here's where the love fades. The camera controls. Look, I wanted to like it, but the camera, it's clunky. You've got over the shoulder and fixed options, but the fixed camera is honestly a bit of a mess. So I stuck with over the shoulder. And even then, it's a tad sensitive and jerky, which makes navigating tight spots a real chore. The camera just doesn't vibe with the game's pacing. It feels like something you're fighting against rather than a tool to enhance the experience. I have to say it felt quite good while running, but when you're in a tight spot trying to fight off someone in close quarters, it becomes a real pest. And another big miss here, no journal. So you've got all these items and objectives, but there's no way to keep track. You'll find yourself wandering, trying to remember what you were supposed to do, which gets old fast. The map doesn't even show your exact spot, having you guessing where the hell you are. Just adding a simple quest marker or a journal could have made a huge difference and cut out all the aimless wandering. And what about combat? Well, combat falls flat. The fighting feels stiff, there's almost no feedback when you hit enemies, and there's a quick time mechanic when you get grabbed. But it's awkward. There's nothing polished or impactful here, so it feels kind of hollow, which is a letdown for a horror action game. Plus, the game is super tame in the blood and gore department. No real horror edge there. And even the shooting feels dull. Compared to other horror action games, think of Resident Evil or Callisto Protocol, it doesn't bring that satisfying thrill of a good intense fight. Okay, final thoughts, skip or buy? Well, it's a bit of a toss-up. I like the opening scene, and the game nails that eerie atmosphere with some pretty cool exploration. But the core stuff, like combat and camera controls, just doesn't cut it. The item-based puzzles keep things moving, but the combat and navigation issues hold it back from being a solid horror action experience. If you're here for the atmosphere, and don't mind simple puzzles and a bit of flat combat, give it a go. But if you want polished gameplay and an intense horror action thrill, you might be disappointed. My verdict, keep your expectations in check and probably you'll be alright. But if you're after gripping combat, serious horror or real puzzles, and to be honest this is what this game claims to give you, I say this one's a skip. So there you have it, my skip or buy. Here is my review of Connection: The Nightmare Within. Please let me know if you played it or if you're planning to get it. And drop a comment with your thoughts. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe for more reviews. Have a good day and see you next time.